Hey guys, this is Iamvanguard's Cardfight Vanguard podcast here with Domino Paris and Anthony.
Hey, yo.
Hello.
Alright, so very exciting week, but how's everyone's week? Any decks that you guys been working on, or have you guys been playing some locals, playtesting at all? Anything new?
I switched back to Odium for a bit.
Odium's
Yeah,
good. Odium's
yeah.
fun.
I want to keep playing Blackmar, but I don't know, he's been treating me garbagely.
I mean, to be
I'll,
fair, yeah, I mean, it's not that good right now.
hey, don't worry, don't worry. We'll see in 2 days how much money I'm gonna lose
Yeah,
with
trust,
Nexus.
right? We trust.
Yeah,
Nexus
basically.
in zero we trust. In zero we trust.
Zero, big
Anything
hero.
for you, Gabe? Anything different?
I mean, set 6 is kind of slow for me. I mean, I did build Chronojet and been kind of messing around with that. Got Overlord put together, but, like, I'm already familiar with those deck playstyles from the past, so nothing too extravagant. It's kind of, like, distracting me for now until, we get, Blangenmeyer Nexus coming out, set 7. There's gonna be some minor stuff I'm looking forward to.
Right, right.
I'm more looking forward to the manga coming out, so we get was it Philia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Philia.
we get Philia
That'll
in 2 weeks, I think.
Man, Philia's gonna fix so many
give or take.
problems in Dark State decks.
Yeah. So
I
it's
can
gonna be a lot of fun. But, yeah,
I can finally play Odium at full power.
there you go. A
Yeah,
lot of dark states.
Odium
For sure.
actually in full power before the set 7 stuff comes out.
Yeah.
So should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, set 6 has been pretty slow for me as well, but luckily I picked up like Raziel to kind of keep me entertained. That deck is
Right.
really good. Like, Raziel is a
Kind of a
really good deck.
kind of an awkward time for you to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was really expensive at the time when I really wanted it. So, and then I realized, oh, well, this deck's only going to go up. It's not going to go down anytime soon. So,
Yeah.
here I am.
Well,
Yeah.
at least you're having fun with it. It's still a main character deck. There'll be other means of replacement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that my personal perspective, I actually think Raziel is better than Levy Dress. It's so good. Like, there's no flaw in that deck.
I mean, Raziel and Levy Dress are like neck
Yeah.
and neck best deck in format.
I agree. I think Levy Dress is more suited for like people that like to kind of control the board state. Like I feel like Raziel are people like me that just gives no Fs and then just goes in. I almost cussed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Raziel is like really good for like people that like to rush or like just get free cards. Where Levy Dress, you kind of have to work for it, but it's very rewarding if you know how to work for it though.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of differences between the two decks. So, but I was gonna say, you guys excited to talk about future sets coming out? Because that's what we're gonna talk about today.
I mean, you never know which set I'm excited for. I hope comes English.
So set 7, we can kind of start there, right? Because we can kind of we already know like how set 7's going right now in Japan, like what the meta is. So set 7 meta is like Boss Sagra, Raziel, Levy Dress, still stayed.
I mean,
The lock deck are Isteria is how you pronounce it.
Something like that.
And then I think the Batman deck is really good. And then I won't include the Berry deck because that's something that we won't have here.
we won't get it on time.
Yeah, when it like dies out. And then another deck that was performing still is Odium, with the new support. So those are some of the decks that's just been running around. But we all know what the dominant deck of the format is. So
Yeah, let's be honest here.
yeah, I think it's like Ball Sagra meta in set 7.
Yeah, Basara just dominate. It's just dominating right now in Japan, I believe.
So what's really crazy? Yeah, it's like that deck has like no flaws.
It really doesn't because like, so the only all the old flaws from what I've seen in the original version, got fixed with her upgraded form.
Yeah.
Her upgraded form. I think they have a new ride line.
Yeah, so it's like it's just a ride line retrain. That's it. It just supports the current format.
Yeah, so it's more consistent. You don't have to run as many products. I don't think you can like recycle it.
Yep.
Restanders, extra crit still, triple drive, blah, big numbers, rah.
And they have
Bro,
rear
it's not
guards that support you and can't get retired. That's
Like she checks every single box. Like if I made a list of like qualities that like top tier decks have, she would check every single box.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
for
every
sure.
single box. Like I've even seen some like matches online with commentary from like like different fight WCC, and I saw like Bob's versus Levy, and I'm like, dang man, as because I was playing along in my head, right? As the Levy player, I'm like, oh, what would I do here if I had this? The Levy player, he played well. He did win out in the end, but my God, he had to do some weird stuff late game just to barely survive, and he had like the full 100% combo with the full markers where I'm like, man, that took every ounce of his being to hit everything perfectly, get everything perfectly together, while the boss player is just chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the
Like
boss soccer player had a really easy time compared to the Levy dress player.
yeah, that Levy chess player literally had to work for the sort of victory,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was working for it.
Yeah, but other than that, like I think set 7 really doesn't change meta wise. I mean there are
No, it
decks that
doesn't.
are coming out in that set, which I'm actually gonna be playing around with the dog deck because I picked up a K split and it seems like it has the full dog deck, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it
Yo,
out. It looks cute. I think it'll be like a good one-time local deck.
David, let me try out the deck because I generally want to play the deck, but still, Sergeyon's too expensive. That's the only reason why I'm
Oh
not buying
yeah,
the deck.
yeah, of course. I mean, well, I'll lend it to you once I
Yeah,
toy around with it first.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But I'll be honest, I think the dog deck isn't really that good. Like I was
Yeah,
reading every single card, right? And I was like kind of thinking, what would make this deck better? And there's like nothing. The deck's
yeah.
just
So
kind of
like,
set.
yeah, currently Home Rounds are just like a like a rogue. It's a fun rogue deck
It's
from
okay.
like
It's
most
okay.
times.
It's always gonna get the secondary support, and bam, it's gonna be a good deck. Like that's how it
Yeah,
works. So,
I I
but
think
another deck that's coming out is the Moongate deck.
yeah, Resurge. I'm generally excited for the deck because
I
with,
just know it's gonna be a cute deck.
I mean, from what I've seen, don't most expensive card. It's just staples. That's it.
Yeah.
It- it-
Other than
it-
staples, like everything's in the set. And then
yeah.
the nice thing is we get reprints in set 7, like the triggers, the perfect cards. So
Yep.
technically, you get everything in that set.
Yeah. I like how it works because its concept is like it's nearly the same as Raziel as it
Yeah.
explained in anime. Raziel creates miracle by putting back triggers, right?
Right.
He
Mhm.
creates he creates it
By
by
filtering out
filtering his
cards.
deck. Yep.
Mhm.
The
Man, it's a
problem
good way to
is,
look at it.
yeah, the deck heavily relies on like
Soul blasting.
no,
Uh,
well that too, but like just filtering up the cards in general. So the
yeah.
problem is like there's no way to like push well with it. The thing is like in Vanguard is it has to have a good defense. It has to have a good offense. But that deck has neither of a good defense, from my opinion. It has a decent offense, and good filtering out. But the problem
Mhm.
is like to be a good deck, like it has to have a good defense as well. And I
Yeah,
think that's
I
one
see
of
that.
the essential problems. And I do see that deck does brick a lot. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
and there's no way of that deck drawing too. It filters, but it doesn't draw. So it needs to
Yeah.
filter and draw at the same time to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
see.
what are you gonna do if it just filters? You're
Doesn't
only gonna have 5 cards in hand.
I think it's like it's kind of like an engine that runs, but it doesn't really have
A goal, yeah. It doesn't have a goal.
like a
Yeah.
certain goal.
It's
It's kind of like
it's just
a lot of
it's just a
things.
fun deck.
Yeah, it's like a good lot of cycling, a lot of interacting. Like obviously there will be later support for it
Yeah,
to kind of make it even better. To have like some kind of that just to make it a little bit better and actually have some kind of like win con to build towards in mind. But I kind of like the foundation that it has and like the notion of where it's going. Because even in the distant future, they're gonna have a back row attacker. I do like that they have a unit that can attack 2 units, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a built-in retire. So
yeah.
it,
No,
it it's
the deck
interesting.
on the long run could be really good, because the fact that it has like one of the few essentials of a good Vanguard deck is it has really good filtering. So
It has good filtering. It can have potential multi attack.
Yep.
Like it has a lot of toolboxing, but it's more of like trying to get a more refined identity of what does it even do to win, and then you have to kind of weigh it for where it stands in the meta as far as pacing. Can it keep up with aggro deck? Can it outlast an aggro deck? And then if it can it outlast a heavier deck? Like well, obviously no one can stand up to Bob's, but that's kind of like what you're looking at. So it's like it has a lot of toolboxing, a lot of cycling that it does, a lot of great interactions within itself. So there's a lot of potential just with its own fluidity that it has, but it's more of just getting more tools in its arsenal to kind of make like the most use of it. Because so far it's kind of like just getting units at 10k shield, 10k a bunch of 10k shields, which are cool, and maybe like just units that could hit numbers. But it's like every deck does that. I just want to see a little bit more down the road, which there's some potential in the distant future.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
Then what else is in that set? Well, I was gonna say one of the key things in set 7 that really matters is the new Recylers.
Yeah, this could be like a new staple. I know there's some decks, like for example, Impaldio, that I think takes really good advantage of that because the Soul Blast to supply drop zone early and get some extra shields that it needs. But I don't know. What do you guys thoughts on more the longevity in the long run for it? Like compared to like the current cyclers we have.
For now, I'm 50-50 on the Pride Cyclers.
Oh, you guys call them Pride Cyclers?
Yeah, I mean that's or Rainbow Cyclers. I'm calling them what?
Interesting. I would say like I really personally do like it though. Depending on the deck that you're playing, because having the extra shield is actually sometimes better than drawing a random card. I mean, of course, like I think the old recyclers are still more effective at this time, just because we are like there's a lot of decks that search pieces, but if you're not a deck that requires searching pieces, and like I don't know, what's a good example? Like I, I think well, not Magnolia, but like there's decks like that require deep defensive values, and I feel like that the extra 10k shield versus like a random card for a recycler turn is actually not like really good for those type of decks. And I feel like that on the long run, they are trying to add more defensive value cards. I think as Anthony says, the Pride recyclers are probably an additional to that. Like to see like kind of foresee like our future towards like the meta like of getting more defensive cards. So I think this is a very good start, at least is what I can say.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's just like if you can kind of make a list of a lot of different mechanics that could be a staple for everyone. So this obviously represents like a more defensive option, just like guaranteed 10k shield versus just drawing a card for a different cost. So
like the other card, like the Varsago. Yeah, like in Dark States, the Varsago, it's a grade 3 searcher, but like it also has a defensive value. Like I think Bushiroad is slowly understanding that the numbers in the current divines, because of the fact that Levy Dress and Raziel kind of increased the power for the game, they had to make decks more strong to beat Raziel and Levy Dress. And then now the numbers are getting ridiculous, so they're like, oh, well, we need to add more cards that add defensive value. So I feel like that's kind of the direction that they're going at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they announced
more
lock,
options.
and then they're like, oh, we messed up with the lock, so let's give every deck unlock.
No, I agree.
Well, not in that degree, but yeah, I mean, at least like they're at least like kind of looking at the game is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're trying to balance out the game because currently like a lot of decks build way too high of a number. It's like during V, like late V, like where like you get easily some decks can go easy 100k.
I mean, I'm kind of jumping into topic here, but like the new Youthberg, I was kind of testing, and it's like hitting average for like 40k columns, like second ride, and then first ride it's hitting for like 30k columns. So it's 30k columns on a first ride is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. So yeah, I just think like adding more defensive value is really gonna help, and I think it's also giving advantage for decks that are going second. Like it gives them a chance to survive, so they can get into their grade 3 turn, potentially their divine skill turn, depending on the deck.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
this is
I
also good
agree.
for stride decks too, because stride decks really want to survive, for late games. So I feel like that this really adds the defensive value for like stride decks to survive as well. So I really like these.
Yeah.
No, for
Uh,
sure, for sure.
oh, speaking of lock, we should talk about the next deck, which
Yeah,
is a deck I'm excited for.
yeah.
Probably,
I mean, the deck's okay. I just think it's like more of a, and like I said, once again, I'm not like judging the deck, but like at the same time, I am. The deck at first, like when I saw lock, I'm like, oh no, Bushiroad's doing this again, and I was very upset. But then I realized like this is really hard to pull off, like the
yeah, the
lock.
lock, the lock is a hard once per turn, and it's a once per turn only.
And
Because
even if they do once per turn, like as a lock, then they're risking like their defensive plays, I believe, because I think the new Arasteria has like a defensive thing that they can do if they
oh,
retire the 2 Shadow Army tokens, right?
in set 8, yeah, we get a grade 2
Yeah.
that on placing Guardian Circle, we retire up to 2 Guardian the Shadow Army tokens. For every one you retire, you get plus 10k shield.
Right, right. And that's what I'm saying is like I think that's a very good idea is that
Hmm.
they're restricting either like you lose those kind of defensive values versus lock. So they're balancing it out a little bit
Yeah,
for set 7 at least. And then for set 8 with that new grade 2
yeah,
now the opponents are more like encouraged to use the shadow token versus the lock.
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it just plays lyrical staples slash artisteria is what I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what the deck
no.
is.
And the deck is super bricky if you think about it, because it's running
Yes.
what all the orders,
You
and
run
they're all
3 of
grade
each
3
order.
orders,
Yeah,
and you can only play the order with artisteria, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
can only
it's,
play the order with her own skill. It stayed on the card. You cannot play it from hand.
yeah, the deck is super bricky if you think about it in that perspective.
Yeah,
That's like 12
Yeah, I
grade
think.
3s that they have to run.
but hey, I get locked back at least, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
He's just happy
copium
that you
luck.
get locked.
Yeah, copium
Hey, also
luck.
like, like it's in anime aesthetic. It's not like Messiah lock. It's the Starvader lock. That's
Right,
the art
right,
style
right.
they chose.
Yeah, I
That's why I'm
remember
excited
with
for it.
Starvader. I remember what was it? Damn, what was the Starvader one? The first one that we got.
The Infinite Zero.
Infinite Zero. That's the first Starvader, like first grade Starvader that was
Well,
shown in
that's
anime.
not the break ride.
Schwarzschild.
Nebula
Nebula.
Dragon,
Yeah,
Nebula
yeah,
Lord.
Nebula. Yeah, yeah,
Never
Nebula
Yeah, it
Lord
was
Lord.
and
Nebula Lord.
style.
Yeah, cause Nebula Lord was at least tame because it was only back row that he touched,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you have to like break ride to get the front row. But it was very situational. But it wasn't like, yo, Chaos Breaker came out, I could just lock your board for no reason.
Chaos Breaker is a different story,
Then
but
then Swiss Child with the triple lock.
Yeah, Switch
Schwarzschild
Trial
was
was pretty
interesting.
interesting.
It was a very funny deck.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, I think Arasteria at least like is probably like it's really. I really can't put it on the good side. Like my perspective, I just think it's really played a lot because it's a waifu deck.
Like the deck.
But I really
I
do
think
like the concept of the deck though. Like I like the fact that it's like music related.
yeah, the sound system. I love that
Yeah, I
aesthetic.
think it's pretty cool.
It's like,
It's literally just idle Link Joker.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah, and in a way, yeah, and like the Shadow Army token concept is interesting because it doesn't require you to call so much from your hand. Because as you guys said, your hands could just be very bricky or just very fake.
yeah,
Because
and
they're
you
more
need like
focused
the
on
extra
like, using
attack
products
tokens. Yeah,
or cards.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
how the deck works, you bounce back regards.
yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah, just not lyrical. It's still a lyrical deck, not a brain
Yeah.
gate deck. Keep forgetting it's a lyrical deck, not a brain gate deck. Cal's like, yeah, it still has like brain gate toolbox. Like, wait, never mind.
I was gonna say, by
Yeah,
the way,
no.
don't forget, Odium is still getting support in this set too.
Yeah.
It's
What
getting
is
the
it getting
grade.
again?
It
It,
gets
it,
the grade 2 version of the dragon,
and
but
it gets a
instead of
diabolical.
retiring, it draws a card.
Oh, that card, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also it gets the grade 1 booster for Odium. I
Yep.
believe it energy charges or counter charges, I believe.
Any charges?
Or energy charge, yeah. So it's
believe so.
decent. Like I might play it depending, but the key card is the Direful Doll card that supports Odium, which is ironic.
Yeah.
That's the
It,
key
it, it-
card.
yeah, actually, it's gonna help the deck a lot because, as David's seen in real life, I always damage check my orders.
Man, it's because you're not running FRs. I've never had that issue. As soon as
Bro,
I
I'm
got
broke, bro.
FRs, real
Bro, I'm
life
broke.
problems. But no, for real though, I think that card is really good.
Yeah,
Um,
that card's cracked, in my opinion.
it's not cracked. It's easy.
It's
It,
okay.
it
It's cracked for me
it will
because
help
because you know
you
my
as a person, correct?
yeah.
It's like the preference that I have with Versago, and you don't like that card.
Yeah, I don't like Versago.
Like I love Versago. Like I always hit it, and even if I don't hit it, it's an extra card for me to discard for average wrestlers. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like it was not a bad card for me. But anyways, yeah. So Odium is decent. I wouldn't say Odium will be really good with the new support, but I
It
would definitely
will
say
help it
Odium's
out.
gonna get more consistent. And
Yeah.
Odium was not a bad deck in the first place.
Hmm.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then we can kind
It's
of.
staying.
Uh huh. Go ahead. No, no, go
Please.
ahead. Go ahead.
Staying in the same nation. A fan favorite deck, which is the one I play, gets a new form, Alma Jester
Oh yeah,
or
yeah. Isn't
Doom
that deck
Jester
actually
now.
pretty good?
Yeah, it is because it all the new support, well, mainly her new grade 3, it helps us consistency of the deck because I was like, oh, you don't even rely on mass units anymore because it's guaranteed your persona right every turn. And it combines the concept of the mass unit and a normal unit. So like
So
I'm not
what
forgetting.
does the new Jester do? Because
Uh,
I kind of briefly know what the deck concept is, but I'm not like fully into
uh,
it.
so I pulled up. So her first skill is at the beginning of your main phase, if you do not ride this turn, discard one card from hand, choose a card with the same name as this unit from your bind zone, and ride it as stand. And if you wrote, activate Persona Ride. So I guarantee you Persona Ride every single turn as long as you discard one card. So I assume you do, but then her second skill, which is an auto, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, cost Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, bind all crits and cards with Astrolora in their card name, Soul Blast for this build for this cost, and perform the following effects according to the number of crits and cards with Astrolora in the bind zone. One or more, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and your front row gets +5. Three or more, it gets a drive and a crit. Five or more, choose one rear guards to restand it. So it actually just gives you both benefits of the original version and the master version.
So it has like a little bit of both in it, and it's like one card, and you don't have to run any other things in it. So it gives you more flexibility to run other units for the deck to accelerate it.
Yep,
Yeah, it's
because
fair.
you're not relying on the mass,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the mass order anymore and hitting your mass form.
Yeah, I never really liked the concept of the masks, but I don't know if it's just because like I'm kind of still relatively newer to the game right now, like because I just got back into Overdress, so I was like I
Yep.
kind of didn't like that concept as much. But I do like the newer concept with the deck. I just feel like that it gives you more like room to run other things. So
Yeah, I mean, I for me, I liked mass because I like the aesthetic and the lore behind them.
yeah, yeah, aesthetics really
Play
cool though.
play
I
wise,
like it.
I am not the biggest fan of them. I
It
was
just
brick
it
on
looks
playing decks.
so it looks so awkward. There, even when we played Anthony's a few like casual games when you were playing Mass, I didn't really know what you were doing. But then I remember like a few times you're like, yeah, I bricked. I was like, oh, okay. Like, what's the point of this
Yeah,
deck?
okay.
It
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Like it does cool
Like
things, but what does it do?
it looks cool. Like the art book looks really cool. I like the design on a lot of it. Like I do see like players online when they talk about masks, they do get excited about it. So I'm like, there has to be something going for it that, well, I think there's something to it that definitely draws some players in. So it looks cool. I just don't understand like the full concept of the deck and how it plays, but I like that there is like a universal bait package that you can kind of incorporate in different decks. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think people must mainly like it for the aesthetics because like
It's kind
even
of like reverse,
yeah, that's
but
why like,
with
it's like
the new
first.
order. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, this unit got reversed. This got reversed, but you need to play this card mask. You gotta
Yeah,
mask it.
Basically, yeah.
But I would say we can let's hop on to set 8 because most of the stuff is announced, including all three of us play Blengdemeyer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited for Nexus reveal. I'm gonna go broke instantly.
Chat.
Just get
You
sponsored. It's
and
okay.
I both.
I am
You and I
sponsored.
both.
Kelvin's not getting a case.
But I
Oh,
would say I think I am also I would probably be picking up Blengdemeyer as a secondary though, just because it does overlap with what Gabe's gonna be playing.
Hmm.
yeah.
Because my plan at the time will be going to BSF most likely for Philly, so I want to make sure I don't overlap with him. So I'm gonna probably get the Youthberg stuff first before I get the Blingdemeyer stuff, so I have a deck ready
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. So,
That
but
makes
yeah,
sense.
a lot of good decks though. So we can kind of start off the line. Like we talked about Blingdemeyer. I think the Blingdemeyer one for now, without the full ability, like I'm not gonna call it crazy. I think it's pretty fair for
Fair.
now. For now, because we don't. There's a lot of things that really matter to make that deck really good. But
Yeah.
for now, I think it's pretty even. It does fix a flaw in the deck, which was units and calling the units for like with the ability, which is really good in my opinion.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
think
the
another
wizard
one is
was really good. The
yeah, the
wizard's
wizard's cracked.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah, because
Oh, I love that
you
wizard.
know me, I always so charge my PGs every
Yeah,
time I ever play the deck. I just didn't
Yeah,
get them back now.
it reminds me about Shahart when he got his third wave of support, the final support in G era, where he could finally pick from the soul, and we had darkness PGs. I'm like, oh my god! I always say like when any like dark, well, this is not dark irregulars technically, but if it's like a soul charging esque random soul charge esque deck, if you have the ability to actually pick from the soul, it immediately changes the whole dynamics of the deck. Because the fact is that that wizard, like the new grade 1 wizard card, it really it made a two-step what used to be like a two-step process now one step. So not only does he save extra card slots in the deck that you normally dedicate to kind of like retrieve stuff from the soul, but also um he doubles up as like his own card, and that one counterblast does like two things that before you had to like had multiple things to do, right? So it's like you had to have the card in the deck, you have to draw into the card, you have to play the card, and you have to like pay additional cost and just to fish one card out from the soul. And the fact is that you could dig through your bind is so
yeah.
sick.
So what's
Like
really
you can
funny is I had a very funny play if the new Nexus is the act card. So it's like you bind your 4 cards to start off. Call your 1 card, whatever. And then you're gonna like just set a whole bunch of like wizards and colossus and just bind all 4 of them, and then swing with the Vanguard, go into divine skill.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind
that's
of
like
crazy, but
even a play that I was talking about with David, like if you want to play Servant Falcratia, you
Yeah.
can have her attack boosted with the wizard, and then if you want to retrieve something from the drop zone immediately, like let's say Vade Rock or something,
yeah,
in drop zone because someone killed it, then well you put the Vade Rock back, and then you can pick it up.
yeah, that's actually a really more consistent play to be honest. Mine was like a more of a I want to shotgun the divine skill, and that's all I would
Yeah.
do. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
You
mean,
can
look
do
at
that
that. A
too.
lot of
Like
theories right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
you can technically, if you get lucky enough, accelerate it. There's even a grade 1 from set 4 that people forgot about that you if you guard with it, you could bind it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think you have to be out of grade 3 for that, right?
You have to be grade 3 already.
Yeah,
They
so
beat
that's
my
the
friend.
only bad thing about that.
Oh, and never mind.
If it was like any grade, that card actually would should have been a triple rare.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, so Blank Divide is really good. For
Hmm.
now, because we don't know if it's an act or an auto or a on ride ability, because that actually is going to determine if the deck's going to be good or not.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I'll say like with Nexus, just with what we have right now, like Blandemeyer is still the same deck. It's
yeah,
just now it's a lot more stable,
yeah.
and it's going to
Only
be
like
a little
glass
bit
cannon.
more. It's going to be a little bit more formulaic. The only main issue I'm even having right now, and it's kind of like a good problem to have, is that there's too many choices now that you really have to pick and choose. I mean, even now deck space is tight, but now you really have to
Like
pick and
narrow
choose
down the deck.
because there's Philia as well. I made my own draft, just a brief draft list, and I'd even have Philias in the deck. I had to cut down a lot of ratios. I still ran the order package. Depending, I think there's still another grade 2 open slot for dark states
well,
that we
there's
don't
3
know
more
yet.
cards that hasn't been revealed
Yeah,
yet for
but
Blankmeyer.
one of them is dark. One of them is, yeah, like there's still like more cards. So like honestly, like the grade 2, those next cards could really like solidify the deck, and if it can address certain things, it will open up deck building for the deck so much. And oh my god, see, it's not really the new boss card that we're looking forward to, it's more the support cards that come with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
I would say there is a lot of nice decks coming out, right? So one of them is Youthberg, because we talked about it. Youthberg is really good too. Out of all the
Yeah,
support that
rebuild.
we've been getting, yeah. Rebuild and then the exist that combos with it. So those are
Yeah.
pretty good. If I briefly like kind of say like the deck hits really big and it has a 4 attack now versus like before Youthberg you only had a 4 attacks versus the 5 attack. So there's a lot. An expert attack is a huge difference. They have a guard restrict unit which is really good too. So I would say that's kind of briefly Youthberg in a package. Just a lot of solid support. The thing I'm actually thinking a lot of people are like underestimating is the Magnolia deck. Just a personal opinion, because I think the Magnolia can hit really really hard, and it's actually a bit more consistent too. So I think Magnolia is gonna be one of the top decks. Especially I guess it's a little early, but like especially with the ban list, I think Magnolia is gonna be one of the top tier decks. In Japan.
Magnolia's I think Magnolia is very underrated.
Yeah,
I think it's a quality deck. It's a fine deck.
because I have conversations with a lot of people, and a lot of them are really underestimating the Magnolia deck because they're like, oh well, it's yeah, it gets a persona ride, it gets extra attacks. That's what it usually did before. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, listen, like it can hit really well and it can attack 5 times like consistently. That's really good because
Yeah,
some
don't be
decks are not guaranteed the 5 attacks.
Yeah, because the back then, like, you have to hit your grade 4
Yep,
to do it, or Persona Ride if you're running the
yep.
original Magnolia.
And it gets a free calm ride. Of course, the one problem if I do state with Magnolia is that you have to ride to do something. Like you have to actually persona ride. So it is going
Yeah.
to be very persona ride reliant. If I don't know if that's the right terminology for it, but it's very persona ride reliant.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't get persona ride, like it's it's gonna be sitting there. But the
So,
nice thing
yeah.
about Magnolia is it got a lot of good support to support it. Like one of the cards that I actually think is really really nuts, and people are like not really thinking about it long term, is the stride or not the stride, sorry, ride fodder for Magnolia slash Leonarn. I think that card is really really good. So basically, if you have a Magnolia or a Leonon in your ride deck, then you can either Soul Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. And then, so it's a recycler, right? And then in the drop zone, if it's in the drop zone, if you have grade 3 Leonon or Magnolia, if your opponent's at grade 3, you can put the card to the bottom of the deck, choose one of your rear guards, and give it the original power becomes plus 15k. So it's a 15k versus a 10k unit. If it's a grade 1, it's a 15k unit. And then until end of turn, if you Persona Ride, it becomes a 20k original power. So, for example, let's say you had grade 1, for example, like the one that gives Persona Ride to the back row. Then that card is originally 8k, you can make it into a 20k average. And you have 5 attacks with it, with your columns. And it has Persona Ride front and back row. So, yeah, this card, like Magnolia and Leonon, that Recycler is actually really ridiculous.
Yeah, Persona right to the front and back row is so dirty.
Yeah, but you need to have that one unit, and you have to be able to Persona Ride. But the nice thing is, like, I believe if you ride Magnolia, you can call units from the drop zone that has their archetype name in it. So it's not hard to pull off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really dirty like that. You can Persona Ride front row and back row. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I think like Grand Grace. Yeah, I think was that yeah was it Grand Grace? It's the one that like when you persona you also give power to the back row.
I'm not sure. I haven't played like that long. I only really started during Divines, so I can't really
Yeah,
say.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I know Gabe might be excited for it, but like Hellfire Dragon Wilbear, it's the
yeah.
one in the
Werewolf
game.
Dragon. Yeah, Werewolf.
Yeah, it looks like remember Vortex Dragon from OG days, Gabe?
Yeah,
It's just Vortex,
that crappy card.
He
yeah,
looks
but
like
now
it
it's
though. Like
better.
the artwork is like right there.
No, it's just Vortex Dragon, but
Yeah, he got like reborn with a different name. He found like a different mom or something.
Yeah, this is his retrain after what, almost like over 10 years.
13 years.
Yeah. His 13 years retrain.
Actually, Vanguard is in the 14-year range right now, and they're about to do a 15-year anniversary this year or next year, I believe.
I think it's next year.
Yeah. So 15 years.
15 years of Vanguard.
But yeah, I think this card is actually pretty solid. Wobear.
Yeah.
It has a lot of energy blast related effects because its main effect requires energy blast 6.
Was it 6 or was it 7?
6.
Alright.
Yeah. Because I'm reading the card now, and it can restand without drive check. But if you like soul blast the same unit as him, like it can restand and get an extra drive check. So what's really nuts, like what you can do with this deck is like, if you have a way to like soul charge the same copy, you can go for the restand with the drive check right away.
Jeez.
This card is really good. So to be fair, I call almost every card really good because I keep thinking of like back in the days when everything was like so cost heavy.
Yeah.
So, but no, I actually think this card is actually really funny and really good because it has a multi attack. Yeah.
Yeah, just card power has gone through lots of inflation from 10, 12
a lot of inflation compared to when we played. And I actually think this card has so much potential, right? Because it's not requiring to bind the same unit that you had, like the main Vanguard, to activate the extra drive check ability, which means like if you Persona Ride is what they're aiming for, but technically if you like discard it to ride and then use another card to put it like in the soul, then that means you can get the extra drive check and then you can reuse it the next turn. So I actually think this card is solid.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it gets another drive check for free, and it's not like restricted on a certain like requirement. It just says you need to soul blast a card with the same name in it, so you can just discard it for ride and then put it in the soul somehow. Then you're guaranteed. And if you have a way to like keep putting the cards back in, then it's really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see what else is in the set. Branky, Heroes, right?
I was just saying another card that I'm excited for.
Oh, you talked about the grade 2 for
Jewel, yeah.
Jewel, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jewel finally got a new card. It's Rockagore, but better because it actually draws you one card by Edge Blasting 3, I believe.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, Jejuled is actually coming as a deck set on top of this set as well in
yeah,
Japan.
yeah.
So
So
it's like
basically,
the
if you
same
get,
release date.
it's same thing for us too. It's gonna be the same for us.
Man,
So
that's a
basically,
lot of money we got to be spending on that set, that
yeah,
time frame.
yeah. So if players never got the original Jejul stuff support from back in when it first released, this is a good time to get it because you get the like majority of the whole deck completed, minus some few cards. Then you slowly just upgrade it
I
with
mean,
the new
not just
support.
that, but the Leonon deck, you get the full set too.
Yeah,
Because Leonon is actually pretty nuts because they're giving the Leonon deck Rosarium Fairy.
yeah. And
That's crazy.
speaking of the master decks, the two exclusive regalities piece that they get is
They're
it's
both
pretty
really
it's really
good.
it's really good. It's like I'll say this for standard the one that comes in Leonorn that is very good for standard, but if for the Jejul one, it's okay in standard, but it's gonna be broken in premium. The card's gonna get abused in premium. I assure you.
Yeah, that card is good. Although I'll be honest with one thing. I still
Mhm.
think Angel Ladder is like the best card to play in premium. Like there's no in doubt.
Yeah, there's no doubt for that.
Like I think
It's like
Angel Ladder is like still your first choice when you're building premium.
yeah, it's like it's just a good really good generic
Unless you're
you
playing
show up in any
MLK.
deck. Yeah, unless you're playing okay then
So
but
no, I get that. I think the new stuff is really good. I guess like this is what time is it? Let's actually jump into the announcement that we had like what Thursday? Thursday morning
uh,
for us. I think that's a
uh
good time frame.
Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah. So well, obviously they were. I think the ban list was probably the biggest thing, right? So
Yes.
we can save that last. So let's go ahead and talk about the products first. Because
Yeah.
the ban list is the one that we're probably gonna go. Well, there isn't much to talk about, but you know what I'm saying is like there's probably more to talk about than the products coming out.
Yeah.
So they have announced that set 9 is going to be a lot of the stuff from the manga, right? Some of the boss units are from the manga, I believe, and then Platinum Ezel's coming out.
Yeah, we got more
Yeah.
encounters. And here, don't forget, we get the Great King himself, Dai Kaiza.
I thought he's a separate
The
set.
No, he said 9. He said 9.
yeah, it's at 9.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
that's going to be crazy.
so So Vanguard really caters to the different anime fan bases. So obviously there's the waifu fan base, which kind of represents the modern day anime people, but the old school OG anime people, you gotta tap into that market, and big giant robots are still not like outdated.
Man, the
No.
animation for it, though, that they made for it, oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, like, it was
Like
amazing.
Like,
if
I
if I
rewatched that like 2 times. It was so good.
like it's insane, and I'm happy for all like the D police like fans out there, because if I had to put a tier list for all the weebness or the passion, not weebness, but like the passion,
Uh-huh.
which player base have the most passion? There's like Aquaforce you can probably talk
Yeah,
about. There's
Aquaforce is really passionate about their brand.
Bermuda slash lyrical
Yeah,
players, but like my and Nova grappler players. But my God, man, D police players are a different breed of
I
people.
mean, Different Fight himself is also a robot guy,
Yeah,
D police guy.
I
Yeah,
saw. I
he's
was watching it
dedicated.
live too. I was watching it live too, and he was going crazy. And I'm like,
Yo,
yeah,
he
D
was
police
so happy. I was happy for him too.
players. Yeah, D
Yeah,
police
like
players are like some of the most passionate. Or they're, I'd say they are the most passionate people for their respective.
What's
yeah,
really
100%,
funny is
100%.
I remember every time there's an announcement, I'm watching Different Fight, right? Because he's kind of translating for us. Every
Mm-hmm.
time I'll be watching his thing, he's like, "Oh my god, please deep police stuff, please deep police stuff." Every single time there's like an announcement.
Blame him. Like,
No, no, no. I don't blame him. I'm just thinking like it's kind of cute though, right? Because he's like wishing for it every single announcement that we had so far, and he finally got what he wanted.
the great man himself, that
Yeah,
Kaiser.
man. I mean, I respect. I actually like. Well, so me personally, I have a huge grudge against Daikaiser personally, but I am happy for
Mhm.
people that really love Daikaiser. But man, me personally, I have a huge grudge.
Kaiser, funny enough,
I got sacked by so much.
I've had a win. I actually have like a win rate against them when it comes to like when it comes to like their sackiness,
Yeah.
just because like I overguard the crap out of them.
Yeah, no.
So like I remember the days
yeah.
of like perfect guarding, and then dropping like 25k shield back then. That was a lot.
Yeah.
25k shield just to like, okay, even if you hit the 3, you still have to hit enough triggers to bypass me. So you have to hit grade 3 and 2 triggers.
Yeah, technically, you don't want to give them the perfect guard because they're just gonna blow it up for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Or it's like you can go perfect guard and make it 1 to pass, but I always did like perfect guard and 2 to pass. You have to hit all of that.
So Daikaiser is coming out. I think they haven't announced anything else, and then I think the next actual set after set 8 is not set 9. It's actually the Festival Collection, right?
Yeah. Take a set 9.
Festival Collection. I was the one that was happy because Alfred was announced, and
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was set 9. Was it not set 9?
no, Fighters.
Oh no! Oh,
Festival.
yeah, it's festival. My bad.
And it's
Again,
Soul Saber
you know what I'm
Dragon
talking
too, and Anthony knows about my love about Soul Saber Dragon because he
Yeah,
experienced it.
yeah. I experienced the pain of him
The
stacking
$20
with me.
budget deck that kills locals. It was great.
Yeah, he built up the deck just for shits and giggles. Oh, sorry, my bad. For memes and giggles. Came in nearly won the whole tournament. I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I won the whole locals.
Yeah, that's like you beat everybody just with a $20 budget deck.
Yeah, because that's how broken the gift markers were. I that was just the proof that I can use $20 to beat beat a lot of people just with the gift markers. Like that's how strong the gift markers were.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Soul Saber is something I really liked. Ironically, I think I was talking to my friends earlier, is that ironically I actually picked up Nova Grapplers as my first deck, but then one of my friends ended up moving, and then I picked up Royal Paladins, and I picked up when Soul Saber was out. So Soul Saber was technically my first Royal Paladin deck, not Alfred. But I actually picked up the deck because of Alfred, though.
Okay.
Hey, King of Knights, Saber. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, King of Knights is Artoria Saber. It's
Yeah.
my reasons. I'm a very simple man. Yeah, I'm a very simple man.
I almost forgot.
Yeah.
What was his name? Oh, Regilla gets a new form in this.
No,
gets an
so
upgrade.
those cards are all Royal Paladin cards in the festival collection.
They're royals?
Yeah. So if you take a closer look, one's Galatine and the other one's Soul Saber. With Virgilla.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
So that was so that's the thing. Like a lot of people were slightly confused with. So I think that's gonna be the support for that.
I mean, it's a good homage because I remember correctly. I haven't personally read the manga myself yet.
Yeah, I do need to read the manga as well. Like that's one
Yeah.
of my goals. For the next few, if I have time, is I'm gonna try to read the manga.
Yeah, I believed from what different fights said because I
The
recently
main
watched
character
his,
met Aichi in the manga, apparently.
yeah, that's what happened. Like in the latest chapter, Volume 3,
Mm-hmm.
not latest chapter, but in Volume 3, he Zero did meet Aichi.
Yep.
From what different fight says.
In Cray, yep, Planet Cray. But that's gonna be a whole new different day because I'm most likely have to read the manga for able to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, no,
I haven't read it yet, so I need to actually read the whole plot.
We're getting Volume 1 soon. In about 2 weeks, we're getting Volume 1.
That's true. We're getting our Philia soon. But I want to read up to the current episode because that's gonna give me more leverage of the cards being announced in Set 9 and Festival Collection. So
yeah, true.
That's something that I will probably look into. Another announcement that was pretty interesting is Buddy Fight collab.
Yes, I'm excited for this because as a Buddy Fight player myself, who still plays the game to this day, I'm excited for this. Like, I've been joking to all my friends I'm gonna put my decks aside just to only play Buddy Fight for like a year straight. I genuinely hope we get this collab in English.
Well, I was gonna say, Buddy Fight was a game I kind of enjoyed when it first started,
Mhm.
but then like the community kind of like died off on Buddy Fight, unfortunately, so we never really
Yeah.
like proceeded. But I know like Superstar Games in Maryland, like they really played Buddy Fight hardcore, and they had like world level players at that small locals, and there was like maybe 2 3 dedicated Buddy Fight players that made it to world or like top at regionals every single year. So I
What?
mean,
Oh,
Buddy
I
Fight's a
actually didn't know
consistent
that.
game. Yeah, yeah. Buddy Fight's a really consistent game. Like if you were good at it, like you were actually rewarded compared to like other games.
Yeah. Sadly, I'm still bad at the game.
There's no bad. You just gotta play. You have other games you play, so
Yeah.
it's
There's no
understandable.
bad.
Yeah.
There's. It's not that you're bad. It's just there are a lot of people better than you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's the best way to put it, right?
Yeah. True.
So
True. True.
what else? So I know they talked about Buddy Fight. What was the other thing I can't
Oh,
play?
the other collab. It was Bang Brave.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
another Bang Dream, right? Like
no,
support.
it was Bang Brave, Bang Braver. It's another mecha.
I thought that was the Die Kaiser stuff.
Oh no, it's a different. That is a different anime. We're getting that collab, mecha collab.
Ah, okay. I don't know
It's
much about it. Do you know much about it?
I know I don't know much about it. I do know it's a somewhat old anime, I
Okay.
believe. I might get yelled in the comments for that, but
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know, and I'm being dead honest. I don't know. I do not know.
yeah. But yeah, but Bang Dream got another deck in this in set
Well,
8.
I'm glad I kept my Bang Dream.
Yes, don't worry, don't worry. They were printing the like the Bang Dream triggers and PGs in the set.
Yes.
So
Oh my god,
yeah,
I
if
need
you
those
don't if you
other
didn't get it
Bang Dream
originally,
triggers. I
like,
couldn't buy them because they were always like bought out.
yeah, don't worry. Like it's not gonna be like the ones like with name ones. It's gonna be like just the generic ones
Oh
from
no, I
the
need the
original
name
release.
ones. That's what I
The name
need.
ones, they're not getting reprinted in the set, I
No, I
believe.
need the name ones. They're so expensive to get.
Yeah, at least as far as I know, off the top of my head, they're going to be reprinting the generic ones, I believe. But I would have to double check on that.
Okay,
But
I mean,
but
we just know Bang Dream's getting support, right?
yeah, no, they're not getting support. They're getting a whole new deck, like a brand new deck. It's based on a new band, I believe. Ave, what was the band called again? Uh, Ave, was it? It's like Ave Magica, I think. Magica.
Hmm.
It's
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Bro, I don't know much about it because I don't watch the Bang Dream anime. From what I know, from what skill
Disappointing news.
wise, yeah,
I thought you watch
yeah.
everything.
I do. I don't. I read manga. I don't watch anime that much anymore.
Damn, I'm disappointed in you.
No.
That's why I brought you in today. I thought you knew everything.
I,
No, I'm
I
kidding.
I do know the skills though.
Okay, okay.
So from what I can see, they play like Messiah. So how they play is, I remember correctly, the rear guards after end of on swing and boost, they lock themselves. When Vanguard swings, it unlocks everything and they gain some special effects from that.
Okay, so they lock.
And yep, they self lock. But from what I've seen, they have a something unique. They have a grade 4, I believe,
Hmm.
that they can superiorize to with using one of the song orders, and that's the only way
Oh,
to use it.
okay. So it has a superior at grade 4.
Yep, and I believe the grade 4 let's see. Give me a second. I need to look quickly find the card. The grade 4 relies on a certain rear guard, I believe, for every one in his bind zone, and on field it gets some special effect.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Right now I'm trying to find the cards by scrolling through Twitter, but
Well,
it's not looking like I found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah,
let you circle back, but
yeah. So it's yeah. So the grade 2, it says you can have 16 of this card in your deck.
oh, it's one of
Uh,
those.
yeah. This unit gets all the following effects based on a total number of cards with either Mortis, which is the grade 4, or Mutsumi, which is this unit in the card name in your bind zone. 2 or more, it gets boost. 4 or more, it gets interception back row and gets 5k shield. 6 or more, it gets plus 10 during your turn. And the grade 4 is Mortis. You cannot ride this card other than the ability of Imprison 12, which is the music order. During your turn, if your opponent is grade 3 or greater, yeah, you have a total of 1 or more cards with either Mutsumi or Mortis in your card name in your bind zone. It gets plus 5. If you have 3 or more, it gets plus 15 instead. Auto once per turn. At end of battle, this unit attacks can lost 1. Bind a total of 2 cards with Mutsumi or Mortis from either your hand or rear guard. Restand it and loses 3 drives. And if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, you get 1 drive back.
It's actually pretty good.
And
I swear, like Game Dream, like when they get support, like I mean, like these category of decks, like when they get support, like they're really good when they first come out.
Then they like slowly go like
well, I mean, they're built like as Gabe always says, like these type of decks are always built like to survive for a couple like metas. So
yeah,
and they're usually relatively really cheap.
Yeah, and that's like my favorite thing is like I love those like cheap decks.
Let's see.
But I would say I think other than that, I think it was the ban list, right?
Let me check on that before we announce anything about the ban list. Let's see.
Yeah, so festival. Oh, the ace units. While you're looking up.
Yes, the ace
stuff,
units.
The ace units is gonna be a one of in any deck. So it's not a Regalia's piece. So you can still run your Sanctitude, you can still run your one Regalia's piece, and you can still run the one ace unit. Although to be fair, they did announce the Dark or not Dark, I'm sorry, Dragon Empire one. I'm not really that impressed. Like for a one for like a card that's supposed to be like a one of in a deck, I was kind of expecting something a bit more crazy, like the dual nations that we got.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but it's like it retires, it gets extra power, and I think it nullifies like a rear guard's ability completely.
Yeah, that's what I think that does.
Like, but that's not good. I mean, it's decent because it's the extra power, but it's not good.
It's just not gonna wow you.
Yeah, it wasn't like a wow factor for something that was gonna be a one of in a deck.
Yeah, I expected something more.
Right. Because, like, for example, like I don't know, like I was expecting at least like 2 retires, on top of like I don't know, like even if it has resist, retire that, like, or something, a bit more into like the retiring effect. Like it's cool that they are trying something, but I wasn't like as crazy as I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I know like someone was saying that it's gonna be really good in premium. But I'm like, I mean, because it hits so big, right? So like if you put in like an Excel crest, for example, like it will hit for like really big numbers. So I mean, I can see that. But yeah, so far I'm not too impressed. And I think like usually what Bushiroad does is when they announce like these cards, they usually show us the weakest one first anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming like the later these A's cards are coming out, the more crazier effects they might have. But it is the first of its kind, so it might be a little bit weaker, and it'll probably get better as we go, is what I'm also thinking as well.
Yeah. Let's see. This is kind of a side note, but a card I kind of excited for in set 9 is actually we get the actual real version of Silbit.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're getting a actual version of the Sobit.
Yeah, so we're getting I'm assuming
Like
it's gonna be a
deck,
Union
right?
Dragon.
We get a whole deck.
Yeah, it's from what people have been guessing, because of its card name, it's still gonna be attached to like the malworm ability, so you can still like so any card like from like Varga like Retsetsu support, right? Like Varga Rakasha cards, like his like cards, right? So like, if your Vanguard is in malware state, right? You can still use the cards in the deck.
I
Yeah,
wonder if
because
it's gonna be like the geese, like where it's gonna have like Malworm in different decks.
I mean we kind of have that already in I believe with the mass cards, which they
Oh,
like
yeah, that's what. Yeah, you're right.
like it's kind
The
of like reversed.
dragon. No, I was gonna say it's a little different from Dragon Tree. I think that's a complete different deck.
Yeah, Dragon Tree is like like their own special decks.
All right, so we're an hour in, so I think it's a good time to talk about the ban list.
Yes, that should be fine.
So,
Yep.
Gabe, what do you think of the ban list that we got?
I think in summary, Levy wasn't too bad. If anything, it actually solves my question of how am I supposed to fit in some of these ratios. So that already solves that
So
problem
it
for
helped you out
me.
instead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rezio, you were a good boy.
Yeah, it killed it.
Or
It did. I'm
Theragon.
gonna say it didn't kill the deck, but like it did lose a lot of the cards that. Or I mean, the Theragon is just a really good card in general. So to be
Yeah,
fair, I actually think it's very good that they hit the dog.
yeah,
Yeah.
it balances
Because
out the
dog
deck
and
a little bit.
Razile is like really not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what else was it? Those are the ones I cared about. Oh yeah, and then Verilord.
Um. Yeah,
Banlord,
the
yeah,
Veil guy get to
that was
one.
the big one I was gonna say. That's like kind of the big one because the deck just came out. Like
It's again, it's
it's still
I
ongoing set 7 meta right now, and they hit the deck
Shows
in set
shows
7
how
meta.
good that thing was, man. It
Yeah.
shows how good that thing was, man.
yeah, because like
What is
like this kind of reminding me of remember during late V with Luard where they had to like hit him like pretty early.
I don't know about it because I wasn't playing, but
Oh,
the people told me about it later.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty
Luard
sure
and Saragon was really broken.
no
Yeah,
no
that
no
I'm
no
aware
no
of.
no 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 V Luard V Luard.
Oh no, I don't know
Oh,
anything about the V
true.
side.
Oh, this is during time you were playing.
I wasn't playing V Luard.
No, like this is like late. So so what happened was, on release, so there was a card that helps out, PBO. It lets you superior ride, to a PBD, as long as you have a certain a Blaster Dark Vanguard and this card out. Um, with Luard's main skill, if you have two grade threes in Soul, you get one with crit. Because of that, it lets you like do a bunch of things. Because you can go, I believe, straight to grade three when your opponent's still grade two or grade one.
Mhm.
And like next turn, you get to semi stride. You go straight to Luard when you ride to Luard. Semi stride to drag driver and get a crit and it's just OTK your opponent.
I feel like I missed this though. Like I wasn't
You,
part of this because I remember.
you this is like at the time like you weren't really caring about the game that much, but
Oh
you're
yeah,
still playing.
that's
But
fair.
yeah, this is I remember kind of like this is like uh I want to say
Was this before
2000.
Saintguard?
It's like a little bit after Vanguard,
I
I
quit
believe.
after. I quit like when Saintguard came out.
Wait, was Sync? Wait, no.
I
Vanguard.
played. I
Wait,
played
was
it for
Vanguard
like a
late
week
V?
and I quit.
Because this is around the time MLB came out, I believe.
I played during MLB, but I quit like when Saintguard came out. So that's why I was
I'm
asking.
because I remember like this is set 12 V like Phantom Dragon Aeon,
Like as soon
I
as like
think.
Overdress was announced, that's when I quit. And
Oh,
Saintguard
oh
deck
no,
just came out when Overdress was announced.
this is way before then. This is way before Overdress was announced.
Oh, maybe. I probably didn't care enough to be honest, because I think I didn't
Yeah,
really play Standard at the time.
yeah. No, this is like you because I remember you mostly focus like on premium at this point because
Yeah,
you
I
only care
was
about
playing more premium.
uh
Yeah.
yeah because like your main deck back then was Royal Premium.
Yeah. I was playing Royal
Yeah.
Premium. I was also playing Ghidorah at the time too.
I don't
I was playing
think
Ghidorah Premium at the time too.
no I don't think like this is like before Ghidorah was good. It's good. I remember correctly.
No, I always played Ghidorah ever since it came out.
Uh,
But
oh wait,
I'll,
this is before. I have to
anyways,
say this is before Order Colony. Yeah.
anyways, um, yeah. So Saragon got hit. Balsagra got hit. Shoujo Doji finally gets one of their grade twos back as a two of.
And Gandiva, someone got freed.
Yep. Well, I mean, because Gendavia wasn't gonna perform, so it's
Yeah.
understandable. Shoujo Doji, like I feel like that they're like kind of worried to give it the full unbanned, so they were like, let's try out the waters and let's give them one of them back.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Shoujo Doji could be that deck that could go nuts, like if it's full power. So maybe they were slightly concerned. So it's like, oh well, let's try a candy. So well, here we'll give you a candy and see how it goes. You know. So, but other than that, like it was, I think the ban list was really reasonable, my opinion. Like the Raziel,
Yeah.
the Levy Dress hit, um, and then Boss Sakura needed to be hit. Unfortunately, like the deck just came out, but it was really
Uh,
good.
yeah. She needed the ban list hit.
And the nice thing is, the scalpers got hit really hard, so I'm happy for that
Yep.
too.
I, s- I joked about this before, but scalpers should be scalped.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I
so
messaged you.
that's like that was the nice thing about this ban list. I would say though, we do have an announcement coming in actually tomorrow. Literally, tomorrow on our time because today is the 30th that we're
Yeah.
recording this. So tomorrow's the announcement, or is it tonight?
It's no, I think it's
No,
tomorrow.
it's English, so it should be tomorrow. So yeah, we have an actual English ban list coming out tomorrow. Do you guys have any thoughts in progress? For anything like what do you think it's gonna be?
Uh,
They
oops.
only said that it was an announcement, right? Like they
Yeah,
weren't
but
specified if it's a ban list.
so from what Peter told me,
Mm-hmm.
so remember like I can't was it it's like someone like named like I can't remember intern something from on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
He quote retweeted of the announcement right, saying like the format is about to get nuked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So am I correctly?
A
The announcement's
format
like,
or format?
I don't know. It's like all he said was like this format is about to get nuked. Like so I'm not sure it involves like it's just standard or like it's all three formats.
It's funny,
But
right? Because
Well, it can't be standard because
yeah, standard,
Japan
there's
was
nothing
due
to hit.
first.
yeah,
Premium, I'm curious with premium. Maybe it's just gonna be a lot of bans, or
let's-
maybe
let
because
me
it's
click on
like
an announcement real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. But this is just my personal guess. I don't have any sources or anything. Because the fact is we get our own separate presentation. The fact is like English, like us on the English side, we're a lot more focused on premium compared to Japan or Japanese side. So I anticipate something related to premium.
I agree.
Whether
I
it's
think it is
a
going to be
ban,
more of a premium announcement.
Yes.
whether it's a ban list, maybe we get an exclusive set, or I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be positive here.
Yeah, because all it says like English deck construction rules will be on released on
Oh, construction
the
rules. Oh, I see.
yeah,
So it is a ban list.
yeah
Most
so
likely, yeah.
yeah so that's why people saying like someone like I mean, I found the quote tweet. It was by intern Kuhn. All he said was this format is about to be nuked, will be nuked. So I expect it to be like a somewhat big
A
change from
major
that.
ban list is.
Yeah.
Hmm, it's gonna be interesting.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a sweep. It's gonna be a sweep. They're gonna clean house.
Yeah,
Like
so
I
I'm
feel like that if they like I would totally understand if it's the premium side, just because like I think there's been a lot of voices out saying that the premium needs to be touched. And I feel like that this might be the wish that a lot of people been wanting is premiums touch. So I feel like this might be the case. Because if you logically think, right, I don't think standard really has anything to hit. Like,
it.
Like as of right now, unless like they're gonna hit Balsagra like before it comes out, which makes no sense.
Yeah, so I don't think they're doing an emergency ban list, which is like they ban Berserker on release.
I don't think they're gonna hit it on release. They have to sell their
Yeah,
products because
yeah, because
their
like
product value is already gonna be dropping.
yeah, because like they only done an emergency like on release ban list once ever.
Yeah, because I think in Worlds for standard, Balsagra is probably the deck.
It was the deck.
No, it will be for us too. Like our Worlds, which is like
Oh, I
next
thought that
month.
like HTTP.
Yeah. Because no.
It's
We
May.
don't
Not
get
May.
it's in
No,
May, right? So we get
yeah, so
Balsagra for
it's
Worlds.
June. We get it in June.
No, we get the set in April.
Am I confused? Oh wait, I'm
Yeah.
confusing sets. I'm confusing sets. I'm confusing sets.
So
I
if
think I'm
Worlds
blind.
is in May, that means Balsagra will be available for
Viable.
Worlds.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because I'm currently English release date is in 4 weeks, I believe.
Is it really already time for set 7 to come out?
It's April something. I think
Oh,
it
that's
was April
crazy.
20th. It's
Hmm.
April 25th.
Oh, we still got a lot of time. But yeah, basically, like if Balsagra is probably going to be the broken deck in standard. If they don't do anything, so that
Yeah.
means like everyone in Worlds is just going to play Balsagra for standard. Like if the participant is like what 64 participants for Worlds,
Mhm.
also, like I'm gonna estimate like at least 50 of them are playing Balsagra.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, that's
think
gonna be
premium is the
wild.
real question though, right? Because I feel like that premium, if the major nuke, as you commented, is on premium, there's so many things that they can hit.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. Because Ghidorah is still a problem, even though the tech they
Like one of.
restricted Ghidorah as two.
Was it two? I
Um,
thought it was one.
no, they're at two right now.
Ah, but that was a one of. My
No,
bad.
it's two right now. So that means and Ghidorah is still a problem. Let's see. Katrina is still a problem.
Yes.
Um, any crest deck is still a problem. Except, like, I mean, I guess I'm not gonna say any crest deck because the Gear Chronicle one and the Messiah one isn't as strong as the other ones. But I would say like Night Rose, Harry, Shiranui, crest decks are really strong and a problem for the meta. Um, try to think. Grand Blues was always a problem, so it's
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I mean those are really major problems of the format. For premium, so I can definitely see a lot of them get hit, and then try to kind of balance out the format is what I'm thinking, because I think Bushiroad's like kind of sick of the players kind of complaining, so they're like, you know what, we'll give you a wish come true, but we're gonna actually do it this time. So
It's like, okay, fine. You
yeah,
want
fine,
one?
we'll give you it.
I'll give you one.
This could be really big though, so good luck. Like I think this ban list is really gonna affect the players that are going to Worlds
I would think so.
because they have to like actually fix up what they're playing, or they have to anticipate, they have to play test. There's gonna be a lot going on for the next like a month for people going to Worlds or people try to get into Premium. So it's gonna be a busy month, I think. Especially with
Yeah.
the new sets coming out. There's like Vanguard Day. There's more events. So I think it's gonna be a pretty busy month.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, I'll definitely say it's definitely gonna be a big scramble.
Yeah,
I would
because
say.
like I said,
When is actual worlds?
May, right?
It's in May. It's in May.
Because Peter
Okay.
says in May.
Oh damn, it's like a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying is like it's gonna be a huge scramble for the premium players, um, for Worlds, and also the standard it really depends if the ban list like hits standard as well, then the players that are going to Worlds for standard has to also hassle because they have to test out new decks that they want to play for Worlds. So like I think this ban list is actually more troublesome for like people going to Worlds than people not going to Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for us, we're just like whatever. I mean, ban list hits, whatever. We'll try out new decks. We'll take our time.
Yeah,
but
we just need to chill.
the world players are actually competing in a higher level, so they're like, oh no.
Yeah, they're literally on last panic level.
But yeah, I would say though, overall, I think Bushy Road is actually really looking into the game now, because they're actually finally making some good decisions, for the ban list, at least like what I've been observing, because the standard ban list was really solid.
At the very least, too,
It killed one deck,
if
but
they if
like
they
they still did what they had to do.
if they actually do what we hope they're doing for premium, it'll at least silence the.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't want
think
to say
that's the
silence,
main
but
point.
it will at least silence the harsh critics
Yeah,
of Bushiro to at least so at least because what they're literally looking for is Bushiro to show that they do care,
yeah.
about premium. I would honestly, I wouldn't put it past. Well, again, this is just more trying to be positive. I was like, maybe they'll
Mhm.
announce a new collection, a new collection set for premium. That'll be pretty sick.
Dude, new premium collection is something that is needed in the format.
It is.
Ban Just simply ban all crests and then introduce a new fighters collection set or
See,
whatever you
and,
want.
and that's another debate for a different day, of course, but like I think banning Crest is just really hard for Bushiroad though.
Yeah. If we get another premium product, I just hope it won't be like another like was it Zargon
Mhm.
incident, because we all remember what happened back then.
Zargon?
It was yeah, Zargon.
What's Zorgon?
I can't remember it was like, was it Zargon or Zargon? It was like Rain Elemental.
Oh, you talking about
Uh,
the one that gets power for the tokens or whatever? The
yeah,
one that's
yeah.
still played in Katrina?
No, no, no. It's the one that turbo Cyclone out.
Yeah, the Cyclone. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
super
The
bad.
great, yeah, the grade one that did like that helps turbo the deck out.
Yeah, that card was so bad. Like when it came out, I was
Yeah,
like, I looked at it, I'm just like, so I'm building a common deck.
yeah. Like I don't know. To this day, right? I'm scared of getting another premium product just like that.
I think Bushiroad understands their mistakes, and I like one thing I've realized, like with someone that's been playing Vanguard and coming back into Vanguard, is one thing that's very different from now and then is Bushiroad actually learns from their like mistakes in products, and they have been really good about fixing the mistakes that they made if they do make one. Like a very good example is the Shiranui decks. I think after the Stride decks, they've been making the next Stride decks a little weaker, so it's not like overpowered like Shiranui is what I've noticed. So
Mhm.
I think like at least like from my perspective, like Bushiroad has been paying more attention to cards that they or yeah, I mean cards that they announce, and if it's too broken, they were like, oh, well, this was an absolute mistake. So next time we release another box product like a stride deck, let's not make it too overpowered. So it's a
Yeah.
little fair. So I at least like I think that's one thing Bushiroad's been doing really well, from my opinion.
Yeah, because I remember correctly, when they announced Blasted Blade the Vanguard, right? Because because the original skill, right? Because like you had a way to infinite loop it. Then because everyone said that, right? They didn't like they eroded it immediately before release.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they're getting better about like nerf and listening to community about like things like, hey, there's like this card is gonna be too broken.
yeah. No, and like I said, that's like one thing like with me with Bushiroad that I'm kind of like been more like I've been like more okay on playing Bushiroad games is that they've been actually making the quick adjustments. Or like even if they make the mistake, they're like, oh well, it's pretty bad, so let's not do this ever again. So I think like that's like with the lock thing that I was worried about first when they announced locked, but then I realized like, oh well, I think Bushiroad's been doing really well about it, so they probably won't make the same mistake ever again. So
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, that's just how I felt. But I think this is a very good time to slowly wrap up since we did talk about the ban list. We talked about the products. We talked about the sets and the meta for everything. So I think this is kind of a good cutoff point for tonight. Why don't you start off with their shoutouts? Let's do Gabe.
Yeah. Just once again, shout outs to everyone in our local community, stretching from Virginia, all the way from Southern Virginia, all the way up to Maryland as well. Just you know, I've always enjoyed the community. Oh yeah, congratulations to our local player Siobhan for having a very successful Pasadena. We were trying to get some results to talk about it, but like yeah, he won in premium first place and came in. Can't remember, or he went top 32 in standard.
Top 32 in standard, first place in premium.
So there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout outs to him and just shout outs to any subscribers of mine who are listening to this as well. And just let's keep looking forward to more Vanguard.
I know, it's been really good.
Addiction.
I've
been enjoying Vanguard
yeah.
more.
Yeah, Vanguard's really fun. It's been really good.
Yeah,
to be honest.
As much as I was burnt off playing Vanguard, I'm still enjoying it.
Man, you said you've been burned off of Vanguard. I've seen you at locals like every week playing Vanguard.
I like it. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are my friends. I like hanging out with you guys.
I mean, that is true though. Like that made me obliged to stick around even like during V series when I was kind of already tired. But then of course Anthony likes to play Beyblade in the back, so I don't know.
I got second place today.
All right, Anthony, your shoutouts. Go ahead.
I like to shout out everyone at locals from Curio and Boba Hero for being great mostly. Not a lot of drama going on.
To Boba Hero every week. I just noticed that.
I try to. Because I'm starting to I'm starting to become friends with a lot of people there. So I come see everyone.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, proceed.
Shout out to all the VTubers I like. I don't know, usual.
Too much. You can't say everyone.
especially Mikaneko, my Oshi. I know it's a little too soon to say, but because it was just recently announced. I'll miss you, Mume, when you graduate. You were one of my favorite English ones. But and shout out for our coach earlier from actually gaming back in the game.
And shout outs to Calvin for sponsoring you as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, shout out to Calvin. Calvin, please keep sponsoring. God, please, I can't keep affording these things, dude. Please keep sponsoring me.
All right, let's do this. All right, so shout outs to JP Curtains Calls. That is sponsoring me and Gabe at the same time. We're affiliates at his store, so make sure you guys check them out. And they do have awesome singles and splits at a really good price. And they've been printing the super nice dice. Should be on Domino Paris' channel for displays, so make sure you guys check them out. And if you do want to get them at a good price, make sure you guys use my discount code lowercase AMVG. And then shout outs to Blue 52 Cafe in the Philippines. Actually, it's funny. The manager was actually around the area. We tend to play basketball together every week, and he just left. And I saw him doing the openings for the cafe. He was training his new employees. They're getting ready. They're about to open in a few days. So if you're in the Philippines, make sure you guys go check them out. And they have really good coffee, so try them out for sure. Shout outs to Curio Caverns and Boba Hero, both located in our area in Virginia. And then also shout outs to Gritty Goblins and Superstar Gamings, which is located in Maryland, so make sure you guys check them out. For any times or tournament information, make sure you guys turn on your Bushy Navi app and check for event details and participate in the ones that you would like. I'm trying to think. And then lastly, I would say shout outs to everyone listening to this podcast. Even though I've been off and on and I've been kind of posting a little less videos recently, thank you for still listening if you do, and thank you for supporting if you still do as well. And I think I'm good. All right, so hopefully, I am really looking forward to get the list for Pasadena. That's the one I've been waiting on, so we can talk about it, right? So hopefully we do get it, so we can talk about it on the next week's podcast if we have one next week. Hopefully. Yeah, there's been a lot of life things going on, so it's been a little hard to get everyone together and record for these podcasts. Even though I do want to talk about Vanguard every week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
a lot of people have been busy with IRL.
Yeah, there's that, and it's a little bit. We're a little bit of a drought right now.
Yeah, it's
for
a stale.
Vanguard.
Yeah, because
Until
regionals
set
is kind of
7.
finishing up, so it's a
Yeah,
little
not a
stale
lot
too.
of not a lot of play testing, and then like set 7. I mean, some people in our locals are not very excited for it because of bobs. Some people are because they're playing bobs. So
I'm just like I might take a break.
But like, split up sets Dark Side for set 7, then just dip out for a while.
Yeah, but all right, so that's pretty much it, guys. We will see you the next time. Adios.
see you later.
Johnny.